Greetings everyone, welcome to this new video. We're gonna take a look at my league starter. Was my previous league starter also, and I made a document for last league. I've been updating that document a little bit and I will attach it in the comments below. So take a look at that. You can just see what kind of progression you can see from day 1, day 2 and day 3 and so on. I've also updated it with for the last season what people were doing, so you can take compare the two and then see if what new things that they come up with. Also, something to point out is that the trees are not the same this league, so we're gonna need to do some different shenanigans there, but I have some suggestion. I suggest you go with knowledge and then go into prophet or elementalist depending on which one you can choose. And then you just choose for the fourth tree, you just use whatever tree you did not choose the first one, so it's prophet or elementalist, and then lich for the last one probably. We'll take a look at that, but it's gonna take a while to get there. My only concern is that prophet there, the reason for that one is that that one has the conversion of physical damage to cold, so we're gonna need that to be able to scale our freezes and stuff like that. I made a solo self-found hardcore character here to just test out this thing, and all you need to do is activate the ability, and it's auto channeling. So that's why I like Selena, because you don't need to, it's a 0 button build essentially. You just move while you use movement skill, I guess, sometimes if you want to speed things up. Make sure you go to battle and turn on auto channeling, otherwise you're gonna need to hold down the button or it's not targeting properly. So you can see here the whirlwind is very small here. You can barely see it because I turned down the opacity of it. We can turn it up, graphics here, and we can bring it up. See here, and there it goes, and it just teleports to different enemies, it kills them, and you just run. You don't need to push anything. So I can, right now I'm just using my movement skill button and it just auto targeting everything. And the boss the same thing, boom, and it's dead. So I can go through all the gear and stuff like that, but it would not be very useful because this is still in the campaign. Make sure you do your challenging areas through the campaign. They're very strong, as you can see. You get really good loot from them. So let's bring over my document here. So this is what I'm starting out. It's the Howling Gale, the physical to cold version. You can either convert it through the prophet tree, or you can convert it through a slate that has 100% conversion. It's not super important in the beginning, but obviously it's going to be a huge damage boost when you get there, because we are setting up our skills according to the cold version of this, and it will not scale otherwise with the skills we have. So if you take a look here at my document, it has the different abilities on day 1, which stats to look for, and I also put down the trees here, which is not going to be applicable for this season, but you just can take a look which special main abilities they're using, or main skills, what candles, what slates they were using, and why is it day 1? And day 2 here, same thing. Oh yeah, there was 2 different builds I was looking at, yeah, so you can just take a look at that. Day 2, what you can see for upgrades, what people are doing, and then SS20 kill, obviously what a super endgame build looks like in the end. I also took a look at day 1 Sandlord, which is the newer updated version. So this is what the top player, this guy also won the race to level 100 last season. So from, at least on the Asia server, I don't know how the other servers did, but yeah, this gear on day 1. I used these on my last playthrough, and make sure you're unable to trigger empowered skills. He still has an empowered skill on automation here, which is this one. So I don't know if he did the same mistake as me and then just thought it was gonna out, or maybe he just pushes the button and have preparation there for when he switches off that one. So you might have forgotten. There's also a really good weapon, a bow that you can get with cold damage. You can check that one out. There's not many bows, so two-handed bows, so take that one into account instead of oversight. Oversight can be a little bit pricey, and that bow really carried me through T7 Traveler and stuff like that. So highly recommend taking a look at that weapon. I can't remember the name right now, but I'm sure if you look up the bows, it's quite evident which one it is. It's the only cold bow there, unique one. You can see what kind of other things. Obviously, it doesn't have very good pedigrees or anything. Pedigree of the gods or any of the slates, but make sure you just. And then day 2, of course, I think he was 98 on day 2, so very high. He played a lot. And on day 3 he was already level 100. So, but we're not gonna take a look at that because he had an eternity at that point, like which is like the headhunter for this game, and that is just insanity. His gear was just really good. This ring also, like how did he have it on day 1? Yeah, he did have it on day 1. How do you get this ring on day 1? That is just madness. But other gear is very inexpensive. It's not gonna cost you much. At least if you come in a little bit later, a few hours after the league start, and just level up a little bit after everyone, then all of these gonna be very inexpensive. What is my goal also is to switch from this build into my second build, and I will do that when I get a little bit of capital. I don't think you need to. I think you can level it also. I saw people were talking about that in the on the Discord server. I highly recommend to go to the Discord server. There's a Selena channel there, so I'm thinking this one. Obviously this is cancer for your eyes. Make sure you turn off the graphic here. Again, it's unplayable otherwise. So let's go down to this at least. So now it's a little bit better. So I just tested it out here on my other character. Let's see here. Let's do a tier 8 map here. It's not gonna be, is it, did I switch? No, select. And it's Wilting Beam. It is not very meta, I know. So, but they added, last season, they added a specific skill or one of those noble not activation meaning, what do you call them? Noble skills, and the other ones we're gonna take a look at later. The ones that add a specific, that only supports for a specific skill, so it only works for Wilting Beam here, and it has one. It's basically these supports you get through snow mechanic. Well, I'm not very good at talking and playing at the same time. My brain cannot handle it, so sorry about that. This is, I will show you why this is not doing too much damage right now. It's doing about 200 to 300 million damage. So for T8, it's a little bit on the low end. See if we killed it here without putting down the buffs. But I want to point out I have no candles. And even worse, I have no slates. Slates will more than triple if you put in decent slate, not even like really like dog shit still slates. You will double this damage, even triple it maybe. So I've just set up the bare bones of this this build, and it's with T2 gear. So this is where I will probably switch when I can get my hands on tier 2 scepters. And what I'm looking for here is eye level 82 up to 85 gear, because then you can run craft them with flame sand still, and you can craft them up to tier 2. That's where I will start probably to switch over. My rings are decent here, but no one buys these. Like they were dog shit. Like they were dirt cheap. It's still 200 million if you use the ones without the corruption. So it's just maybe 20 to 30 more million if you have the corroded versions of these. So, and the rest is just, this is just for survivability. So this one does nothing. Same with this one. There's no corrosion on this. and my skills are not leveled and it's not very updated. So this is the absolute worst version of this. So I'm hoping that I will be able to kill tier 8 traveler with this build fairly fast, and then just scale it in, because I do like erosion based character, damage over time kind of character in this game. So that's very good. Hopefully this helps someone, and I will also make a document for the progression of this character. We'll see if I add it to the description here, and hopefully this inspires someone to start with what I'm planning. Then again, I might change my mind. There might be some new tech coming out that I didn't know about or someone discovered, and then, well, then we'll see what that leads us to. But this one looks fairly promising, and it looks cool, and it's targeting very well in maps, so it's a very fast mapper. So hopefully this helps. Have a good one, everyone.